Donald Trump has been talking about CBDCs.
As your president, I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency. Such a currency would give a federal government, our federal government, the absolute control over your money. They could take your money, you wouldn't even know it was gone.
But what is a CBDC? Is what Trump is saying about them really true? And if so, why is the UK government planning to pilot one by as early as next year? Here are 7 reasons why we believe a CBDC could end up creating a vast new web of financial surveillance and control. Number 7, exclusion. Despite the Treasury's purported aim of promoting financial inclusion, a CBDC is not the appropriate method to do so. Introducing a new digital pound could push the UK further towards a cashless society, which would exacerbate financial exclusion for many who do not want to or cannot use a CBDC. Number 6, a solution in search of a problem. A central bank digital currency is a digital version of money issued by a central bank like the Bank of England instead of a commercial bank like HSBC. No one has ever made the case for a CBDC. Just listen to the Bank of England's response when simply asked why one was needed.
What is this CBDC for? Why? What problem is it going to solve?
What's it for? It's to keep track with the reality of how we'll purchase and save and do our work with our goods.
Does his response fill you with confidence? There's insufficient evidence to support the benefits of a CBDC, especially when such a significant change would transform the financial landscape, endanger privacy and a range of human rights, create security risks, and could irreversibly redefine the relationship between the citizen and the state. Number 5, privacy intrusion. The government has said a digital pound won't be anonymous. Generalised surveillance of CBDC transactions would be inevitable given the context of the current legal landscape, particularly counter-terror law, anti-money laundering law and investigatory powers law. It's for your own safety, remember. The UK government has committed to introducing legislation to guarantee user privacy. However, there's no detail on what these protections are, so we don't know how good they'll be. Number 4, programmable money and financial control. The potential to program the public's personal finances or welfare payments could lead to financial control, an invasion of privacy, potentially a breach of the right to protection of property, and, depending on the limitations set, could pose a serious threat to a range of other fundamental rights.
You could think, for example, of giving your children pocket money, but programming the money so that it couldn't be used for sweets. There's a whole range of things that money could do. Programmable money, as it's called.
Whilst the bank and the government have promised legislation guaranteeing they would not program users' digital pounds, a future government could. In recent years, money has become a target for private and state actors around the world, attempting to shut down and digitally debank campaigners and silence voices.
As of today, a bank or other financial service provider will be able to immediately freeze or suspend an account without a court order.
Without both legal and technical guarantees that this won't happen, the threat to our financial freedom remains. Number 3, digital ID. Many experts have said that it is nigh on impossible to issue a UK CBDC without a comprehensive digital identity system. Combining digital identity and CBDCs poses a serious risk of surveillance, security breaches, hacking, identity theft, and discrimination. Everyone should have the right to access the economy with or without digital currency and with or without digital ID. The government has said it would not be responsible for verifying users' identity, but there are still serious questions over data access. Number 2, data exploitation. The Bank of England has pointed out that CBDC wallet providers can use personal data to develop marketing activities and tailor products and services. Exploiting personal data in this way would only encourage corporate mass surveillance and exploitation of the public's sensitive personal data, further shrinking the private sphere and growing a digital panopticon. Number 1, security risks. A centralised CBDC system would create a huge platform of population data and as such become a critical piece of national infrastructure. This would provide hostile state and non-state actors with a large target to focus cyber attacks on. Combining digital identity and CBDC poses a serious risk of security breaches and hacking or identity theft, and a successful breach could put the entire public at risk. It is up to us to ensure a CBDC does not become a spy coin. The single best way you can help fight back against a UK spy coin is by becoming a Big Brother Watch supporter. You can find the link in the description of this video. The strength of our campaign relies on your support.